All right, this is my first official video on this channel, and what better way to start than to talk about what's in my camera bag. I've been traveling around with Beyonce for the last couple months, and a lot of people have been asking me, Ben, what's in your camera bag? And I'm like, all right, let's make one of those videos. So today, we'll be discussing what's in a camera bag, or Pelican, or 2 camera bags, or 3, the drone camera bag, Ronin case. We're gonna be discussing this and more. I posted a video the other day where I got a couple new cameras and I was unboxing it. I got some new camera stuff. Come unbox it with me. Where I was low-key just beating the crap out of my boxes. C80. R1. 24 to 105. PowerShot V1. And so I forced everyone to tell me to make a YouTube channel because I needed accountability. And so I'm pumped that I'm finally doing that today because I've wanted to do this for so long. I've wanted to have my own channel, a place where I could share ideas. I love watching creators on this platform. They inspire me every day. They teach me every day. So I was like, maybe I could contribute in one way or another. And what better way to do that than to show you what kind of gear I have and that I take with me when I'm traveling. I've lived in California for the last 9 years. I've been living out of Iowa the last 2 years. And I travel a ton for my work. Sometimes I have to bring a ton of gear, sometimes I don't have to bring any gear at all. It just depends on the job. I've been on tour the last couple of months, like I said. I would like to say that I've gotten pretty good at packing for traveling. And what I think I should address before we get into this is I don't want to overthink this channel. I think the reason why I haven't made a channel so far is because I've always thought, I have to have really great lighting and I have to make this, the office looks so cool and do what every other YouTuber does. I just don't have the time. I'd rather make something than not make something. I'd rather have it be dark sometimes when I'm in a dark area or not give a shit when I get super overexposed. Who cares? I just want to tell stories. So I just want to get that out of the way. I apologize in advance and thank you for bearing with me as I begin this journey of YouTube. So for any travel gig where I'm acting as a one-man band, I'm always trying to figure out how to travel the lightest, but come with as much gear as I possibly can bring in case I need it. I'm almost always traveling with a camera bag, Pelican, and 2 check bags. One check bag, which usually holds a majority of my clothes, and the second one is for any extra gear. Sometimes I put sticks in there, which I can fit. I'll put a monopod in there, random accessories, things that I'm okay with losing when I get to my destination. Say that bag goes missing. Say I lose my tripod. I know, I'm in New York. I could probably rent another tripod or buy one if needed. And that's how I strategize my packing. I also try to organize my gear so that my heaviest items go in my Pelican because I am dragging that with wheels and so I don't have to put the weight of it on my back. But no matter what, somehow, no matter what, my backpack always ends up weighing like 50 pounds. Lately, my go-to combo has been this camera bag and this Pelican. This is a classic 1510, which fits on the overhead compartments of airplanes. This is a Temba camera bag. I'm gonna link to everything I reference in the description so it's easy for you guys to find it. The one thing I like about this bag is it's got this very soft gel fabric in the back here, so it makes it a little less shitty to carry around on your back. It has this strap here, so if you have a Pelican or a carry-on suitcase, you just toss this up, put that thing over there, so all you have to do is just hold the handle and carry it through the airport, and all the weight goes down to the wheels instead of your back, which is the best. The other things that are mandatory, you gotta have an air tag in each one of your cases, whatever you're taking with you. I just recently bought a pack of these, and you basically can unscrew this piece, put your air tag in here, and it's got this metal, I don't know if you can see this metal cable thing, so you can tie that somewhere that no one's gonna get rid of it quickly, or at least it'll be a pain in the ass. So air tag all of your gear. It's great that we're doing this tour right now because I just completely reorganized my entire office. I just bought this thing to help. I'll do an office tour someday, but my cameras and lenses are looking so pretty and organized. So for me, I like to bring a couple cameras and a few lenses, so I have a variety of options depending on what that job calls for. 24 to 105, the 2.8, I'm gonna take that for sure. I'm gonna always take a 24 to 70 with me, a 15 to 35. I'm using the 7200 as a little stand here. A 7200, that's a go-to. So at least, these 4 lenses. Next is going to be cameras. The C80, this has been an incredible docu-filmmaking camera. I'm obsessed with it. The R1, of course. Bringing that. A classic is this handy cam. I like to call it the dad cam. Bringing that. And then over here, I got a couple other options. Do I want to shoot DV? probably. I have a little point and shoot here that I just like keep at the hip. Same with this Deluxe. I love that for film. But for this video, that's gonna be good enough. The next thing that we're gonna need to think about packing is all the other elements. Audio, batteries, cards, card readers, things like that. One tip I'll give you is before I pack, I usually will make an entire list of anything I can think of. I just can cross it off as I go. I think the list is like the safest way to make sure that you get everything that you need. But I'm gonna work as if I have a list because I'm just winging this. So let's find what we need. All right, the first thing that you're gonna wanna make sure you pack is your Switch 2, because you're going to be bored when the plane's taking off. Next thing you're gonna want, batteries. Decide however many batteries you're gonna need to get the job done. So in this case, I'll take a couple of these for the R1, take 3 of these for the C80. These are gonna be for my C80 as well once I build it out. And then a couple dad cam batteries. Audio is probably the best mic you could ever have for dock style filming. Grab some wireless lavs, headphones, cables, mic mount, Zoom audio recorder. Another necessary thing will be my Ronin. A lot of people know me for my work that I've done on gimbals, so that's a must. Random assortments for this. We're gonna need cards, card reader, monitor, small HD monitor, neck strap, ND filters. It's for the R1. Then we're gonna need whatever chargers you need for those cameras. These are what I usually will toss in my suitcase. And then I have the cage for my C80. I have a cage for the C400 as well. These are different assortments for the cages. And then we have to grab whatever battery charger. So I'll need those, need this guy, dad cam. Then we're gonna need some cabling, cable for my MacBook, USB-Cs, USB-Cs for the iPhone, however many you're gonna need for whatever this job may call for. Micro USB cables for some of those older chargers. Also, this is one of my favorite things to bring with me on the road right now. This thing is for your hotel room. You swing this guy out, that's your watch charger. Swing this up, MagSafe for your phone, plug it in USB, boom, you're good to go. Tiny. Then we need hard drives. Media just depends what you're doing, how much you plan on shooting. And then I'm usually running the production, so I'll make sure that I have a master and a backup drive. But for today, I'll just put this OWC drive in here. And then if there's anything else that I can think of, like I was just in Paris, so having a European charger would be nice, or 2. And then I'll be like, oh, dang, I probably want to be able to sync some of my cameras. So I have these DD sync box things or whatever. I might take some of that. Then I'm definitely gonna want some sticks. So I have those here. Need the monopod, that's a must. This monopod is my show shooting monopod. The other critical items is like a neck pillow. I've gone through several of these. I think that this one's one of the best. I also got an amazing eye mask, which I swear by. You need that so you can at least just shut your brain off for a little bit on the plane. You gotta travel with some mints, keep your passport on you, chapstick, Listerine, ibuprofen, AirPods or my AirPod Pro Maxes or whatever. I also have like 2 different power banks that I like to use. So an assortment of tools, lens wipes. You usually bring the torpedo, which I will still bring. But my new thing that I've been doing, this thing is a game changer. I shot a show in the rain. I was blowing the water off my lens with ease, baby, with ease. So this little, whatever I call this thing, the gun, turbo fan, I'm gonna bring the turbo fan, that's a fact. You know, like random lens caps, things like that. I love having a bag like this. This is a Peak Design, like side bag. I'll show you why in a second. Also got to get the MacBook. I also got this privacy screen, so when you're on the flight, no one can see your computer from the sides. Okay, so this is everything. This should be comfortable. Ow. Okay, so as you can see, I have everything laid out. I need to figure out how to get it into this Pelican, that camera bag, as well as a suitcase or 2. So one of the tips I'd like to recommend is that you lay everything out like this. It doesn't have to be organized or anything. Just get everything so that you can see it from a bird's eye point of view. Go through your list, check everything off to make sure that you've got it all. This is technically our camera prep day. So building out your rigs, like I have a C80 cage, I normally would build that out before I leave to make sure I have all the right screws and pieces and rods and all that stuff. So do your due diligence. All right, now let's pack this camera up. Ow! So just at a glance, what I would do is I'm gonna put all the heavy stuff, like I said at the beginning of the video, into the Pelican. Cameras, lenses, batteries, monitor, everything else can go in the camera bag. Okay, so tripods, monopods, all that stuff, Those are gonna go in the suitcase. I guess I can talk about this bag real quick. It's a Peak Design 6-liter. You're able to stick like a lens, 2 lenses in here, maybe even a camera body, and keep it on you on the go. So when I'm shooting shows, things like that, it's really clutch to have this guy with some of your smaller to-go items. That'll go in the suitcase as well. What I will try to do is keep as many of these chargers on me on the plane in case anything gets lost in transit and I need to charge any of the primary cameras out the gate. Sometimes I'll have multiples of each of these chargers, so I'd stick like the second one of each into the suitcase. The Ronin's tricky, but we'll deal with that at the end. So first I'll get started with the Pelican. I usually keep all of my lens wipes and stuff in the top right. I think I got this as an adapter for my Pelican. I'll try to find a link for that. So cameras are gonna go in here. Lenses are gonna go in here. This is gonna go probably in the camera bag. It's too long, so. And most likely this lens will go in the camera bag, but I can usually get all of my lenses in here. My monitor, I'm gonna stick that right here. Batteries will go in here. And you really have to play with this to try to figure out the perfect layout for your stuff. Sometimes these things will eat up a ton of space. You just have to kind of do some trial and error. Batteries in there, put some more batteries in here. Start getting really good at Tetris, and I blame that on me being in bands when I was younger. We used to have to stick all of our band equipment into the back of a 15-passenger van, so I've gotten good at shifting everything around in here. Smaller cables, little knickknacks, things like this. Even the cards, I'll put into these pouches. Again, you just play around with certain things like this, tools, whatever, cables. Now I'm getting lazy, but that's good for this, right? Next, we have the camera bag. 24 to 105 in here. My handy cams, this zoom recorder. I have some of these go bags, which are super clutch. Shout out to Dave for putting me on. ND filters, I shove those wherever I can find a space. Some recorders, can stack those on top of each other. I like this Peak Design camera strap, which is great. They have the little quick release guys. My Shopes microphone. I'll usually stick the Wingcat in the corner here, and then I'll shove this in there next to it. It's safe, it's fine. Just the most expensive mic ever for this type of stuff. My little bazooka guy. Chargers. This is where it gets a little complicated. Normally I would have the C80 already kitted out with most of this, and then I would fit all the extra elements like the handle, things like that in here. So I'm just gonna act like this was already on there. Headphones I usually put in last. It's hilarious because I literally just spent all day long cleaning my entire office, and then I just took it all apart to make this video, and I'm gonna have to take all this stuff out and reorganize it again. So the Ronin, this is tricky because it's hard to break down, and I need to have it on the plane with me. What I've done is I literally just will lay it on top of my bag and then just zip it up. I'll also stick my headphones in this top section here. My laptop goes in its little area, and then the switch. You gotta have a switch in here too. And then we're done. So now we are good to travel. I didn't go into like why I use every single piece of gear. So if you have a specific question, leave a comment and I'll make sure to answer it. If there's any ideas that you have for this channel is for me to use as like a diary and a place to just share what I've been up to and what I'm working on or anything I'm thinking of. But if there is anything specific that you want me to dive into, comment and I will make sure to write that thing down and keep it in the bank of ideas and try to elaborate at some point. Thank you so much for supporting. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you get notified. Make sure you like it, yada, yada, yada. I want to get a plaque on my wall someday. I need like 100K subs. Let's get this thing popping. And then probably if you use my links, it's like an affiliate code. So now I'm going to get rich. All right, see you in the next one. Peace.